Welcome to the Elevate Your Brand podcast, where we help online coaches learn how to elevate their brand, become the experts in their industries so they can bring in more clients and create a life they want. I am your host, Chris Anderson. And if you want to make a difference in the lives of others, share this episode, go over to Apple Podcasts and follow us there to leave a positive rating and review. And together we can leave a bigger positive mark on the world. Welcome back to another quick Friday episode. We're going to be talking about keeping it super simple, or my personal favorite, keep it simple, stupid. But, we're in the time and age where that might offend somebody. So can't always say that. But keeping it super simple, the KISS method. You're starting out your entrepreneurship journey and you're bootstrapping things along the way, trying to get things started. And you might feel overwhelmed. You might feel like you're just in over your head. I've been there. And a lot of the times that's because we're trying to do way too much at the start. We're not keeping it super simple. And when you're starting out, you want to keep it super simple. You want to have that one killer offer that your target audience, that they're going to want. But when we start adding in all these other shiny objects and going after all these different things because some guru said that was the way to make $1 million in the next 10 days, whatever it is, we get so caught up, we get so bogged down with all those things. So having that one stream, starting your video podcast to create the content that can push out into your social media where your audience is, to draw them back towards your funnel that will then sell them on your course or product or service. A linear thing. You record one piece of content, you create the micro content from it, you push it on your social media, you interact with the audience on social media, do you draw them into your free thing, which leads them into your paid thing. You don't have to have all these different bells and whistles at the beginning. Keep it super simple. So if you feel like you're in over your head, if you feel like you don't know which direction to take, what you need to do is take a step back, take a moment, look at what you're trying to do, everything you're trying to do in the moment to build your business, and then figure out what your avenue is. What's the main thing you need to be focusing on? And is that path linear for your audience to get there? So by creating that video and then breaking it into content and pushing on social media, does that whole flow drive traffic towards what you offer? If you have too many roadblocks, if you have too many things in the way that are stopping that flow, then you need to cut the fat. You need to become lean. And if you're trying to do too many things, if you don't have the time or bandwidth to be on all social media platforms, then just cut it down to one. Keep it super simple. You don't need to write a book and write a blog and do a podcast and do all these things. Pick the one source. We show people to do the video podcast and that be their one thing to flow into their one offer. That's another thing too. If you're just starting out and you're trying to offer millions of different things and services and products, you're going to have to balance all that on your own. And so that's going to get overwhelming. So keep it super simple. Create that one irresistible offer and push that out there until you're at the point where, you're making high 5 into 6 figures from that one thing. It's doable. That's going to keep you to be able to scale by focusing and keeping things super simple. So don't give up. Don't continue to be bogged down. Cut off the fat, stay lean, and continue to elevate what you're doing. And thanks so much for tuning into this episode today. If you found value at all from this episode, please leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. It just helps us get this show, these messages out in front of more people. And don't forget to share this with someone who you think could benefit from listening to as well.